From the CyberHub bunker and studio, you're tuning in to the CyberHub podcast. And now for your host and CISO, James Azar.
Hey, everyone. Happy Wednesday, September 15th, 2021. Welcome. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. Thanks so much for tuning into this morning's Practitioner Brief. I've got a busy show today. We're doing a Patch Tuesday recap, among other things, and a few breaking stories that are happening just as some of you may have just been opening your eyes this morning, so stay tuned to the very end. If you have not subscribed to the CyberHub podcast, please do so right now. Find us on your favorite podcast listening platform. Go and find us on YouTube at CyberHub Podcast. Subscribe there. Turn on the notifications to see every time we go live. We do this show live every single day, Monday through Thursday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in the U.S. So for everyone who's tuning in this morning, good morning. Let us know where you're from. Let me know what kind of coffee you're drinking this morning. So tomorrow I'm off. It's Yom Kippur. In fact, I go offline in just a few hours today. I'll be going offline, but I'll be remiss if I didn't say the following. Cyber Day, Georgia, next Tuesday, September 21st. Event starts at around 11:30 a.m., goes till about 5:36, so it's not a full day. You don't have to worry about missing out on any work or any interesting Zoom calls or anything like that. Come spend the afternoon with us. If you're a CISO, CISO, please contact me and get your free pass right now, okay? We'll get you taken care of. We're going to be doing an incident response workshop. I'll be moderating an awesome panel with Kevin Gowan, the CISO over at Synovus, and Sheena Allen over at Capway, and a few other surprise guests that'll be popping on this panel as well. And that evening, I'll also be doing a live podcast recording with Kevin and Carl Scafidi over from Incom, so you don't want to miss it. Again, cyberweekgeorgia.com. You can go get your pass now or contact me to get a free one, folks. It's going to be awesome. So without further ado, let's get to some of your comments. You guys are live and awake today. Good morning to Chris. Good morning to Keith. Chris is having Red Bull today. Larry, Lashana Tova. I'm trying to say, what is that? Tikatev v'tichatem. That means in Hebrew, may you be written and signed in the book of life. Yom Kippur is a day of atonement for us Jews. We fast. We don't eat, drink, or shower essentially from sunset today until sunset Thursday. And we spend this day in reflection and prayer, a very, very, very spiritual day on the Jewish calendar. So definitely something very, very exciting. Good morning to Marcia. Good morning to David. And I want to see who this last person is. Good morning to Anna Lynn. I believe that is who that is. Let me just double check that. Yes, it is. Good morning, Anna Lynn. Yes. So tomorrow, no show. I also won't be on CISO Thursdays. I'll be away for all day. I'll be offline. So, whoo-hoo. Yes. And good morning from Houston after a hurricane. Yeah, man, our thoughts are with the people over in Texas. They really got hammered. But before we do that, our traditional coffee cup cheers, folks. I've got my double espresso. This morning I'm drinking Pete's coffee. I ran out of coffee. I'm really, really sorry. But for everyone else, cheers. Have a great, great Wednesday. Coffee cup cheers. All right. And good morning to Nog. Thank you for being here, good sir. All right. Let's get right into what's going on. A lot of stuff. So I've got one story, three different ways to look at it. We're going to go on all three. Yesterday, for all of you guys, if you guys remember what day it was yesterday, Patch Tuesday. The jingle's coming soon. I promise you there's a jingle for Patch Tuesday. Microsoft's Patch Tuesday fixed 20 days and 60 different flaws. The 60 vulnerabilities, including 86, which were from Microsoft Edge. With today's update, 3 classified as critical, 1 as moderate, 56 as important. Of the total of 86 vulnerabilities, 27 had elevation of privilege vulnerabilities, 2 security feature bypass vulnerabilities, 16 remote code execution vulnerabilities, 11 information disclosure vulnerabilities, 1 denial of service vulnerability, 8 spoofing vulnerabilities. Microsoft fixed a bunch of different vulnerabilities, one of which was my favorite, PrintNightmare. All right, so PrintNightmare now has fixed that's the remaining patch for PrintNightmare, CVE 2021-34527. That's already been done. So now you should be able to patch all of your print issues, and this new security update should solve the problem. It looks promising. We'll see if that's the case. Only time will tell. Additionally, Microsoft also fixed CVE Windows 2021-40444, which is the MS-HTML zero-day bug, a significant one as well. This was a high-severity zero-day vulnerability that was being actively exploited in targeted attacks against Microsoft Office and Office 365 on Windows 10 computers. The RCE, which stands for Remote Code Execution Security Flaw, was found in the MS-HTML Internet Explorer browser rendering engine used by Microsoft Office documents. Microsoft has released the patch for it, and the security updates released after the built-in defense were bypassed. So Microsoft not only put out controls, but now they've got the patch out, and all of these give you one clear thing. One clear thing. Patch your Microsoft systems. Microsoft, imagine this. You buy a home in a really nice part of town, but it's not a modern home. It's 100 years old. So you can't, and you don't want to demolish it because it's got charm. That's Microsoft. Microsoft is a 100-year-old home in a great part of town that has charm, and you can't really get rid of it, but you've got to consistently update it. So you're always tinkering with stuff. One time you're upgrading your electrical stuff. One time you're breaking down the kitchen, rebuilding it, taking down some walls, and doing a more open floor plan, getting rid of the kind of 4 corners standard homes that were available at that time. So all of those are very, very critical, and that's why with Microsoft you've got to be constantly upgrading. It's like a makeover project. Microsoft is slowly making over their software. They're making it more secure. They're trying to address some of its critics and some of the critical components of the software without really breaking everything down. It's a finesse move, and sometimes they nail it and sometimes they don't. We, as practitioners, as people who use the software, though, ought to be ready for the finesse and understand not everything's always going to work the way they say it will. Nonetheless, Patch Tuesday yesterday, 86 different vulnerabilities patched, 16 RCEs. Yeah, it's a long day for the patch management teams. That is absolutely true. Continuously updating, continuously upgrading, continuously patching. That is absolutely true. But it doesn't end there for Microsoft, does it? Because the OMIGOD vulnerability is there, folks. If you're in Azure using and you're running Linux VMs, you need to update them now, because if your Linux machine in Azure has port 59 or 86, 59 or 85, or 1270 externally exposed, well, folks, you're looking at a significant vulnerability. This is a textbook RCE vulnerability that you would expect to see in the 90s. It's highly unusual to have one crop up in 2021, according to Wiz Security Researcher. But the simple, according to Wiz here, thanks to the combination of simple conditional statements, coding mistakes, and an uninitialized authorization struct, any request without an authorization header has its privileges default to UID 0, GID equals 0, which is root. So, meaning it makes it very, very easy for threat actors to get their hands on this. Seriously, get this stuff patched. So in the advisory for the 4 CVEs, part of the Microsoft Patch Tuesday, CVE 2021-38647, 38648, 38645, and 38649er, all have a vulnerability for the UMI code. And these do need to get patched. So please make sure if you're running Linux VMs on your Azure, get this stuff taken care of as well. Nick is with us from the West Coast. Happy, and good morning, man. 6:12 a.m. on the West Coast. That's dedication. All right. SAP patches a critical vulnerability with the September 2021 security update. So SAP this week announced the release of 17 new and 2 updated security notes on the September 2021 security patch day. 7 of these deal with critical vulnerabilities in SAP products. The most important of the newly released security notes patches a missing authorization check in SAP Netweaver application server for Java, and it's tracked the CVE 2021-37535. The vulnerability has a CVSS score of 10. 2 other critical vulnerabilities with CVSS score of 9.9, so that's pretty much a 10, were addressed with hot new security notes for Netweaver. These include CVE 2021-38163, which is an unrestricted file upload bug in Visual Composer 7.0 RT, and CVE 2021-37531, a code injection issue in knowledge management. Both vulnerabilities require for an attacker to have minimum privileges on the affected system for exploitation. Think of it as being credential stuffing, folks. And finally, the last other critical vulnerability, CVE 2021-38176, is an SQL injection patched in the near zero downtime mapping table framework, but affects multiple products, including SAP HANA, LT replication servers, test data migration server, landscape transformation, and LTRS and S4 HANA. All of these need to get patched on your SAP system. It's really, really important. Patch your stuff, folks. That's a wise man named Stefan said that. And monthly whack-a-mole, indeed, Larry. We're there. But guess what? It's not over yet. There's more, because Adobe snuffs critical bugs in Acrobat and Experience Manager. Adobe released security updates for 59 bugs affecting its core products. Those include Adobe Acrobat Reader, XMP Toolkit SDK, and popular Photoshop. Adobe is urging its throngs of Acrobat Reader users to update their software to fix critical vulnerabilities that could allow adversaries to execute arbitrary code on unpatched versions. The warnings are part of the firm's September monthly security update, which addressed 59 bugs found in 15 products, including Photoshop, Premiere Elements, Cold Fusion, and InCopy. In all, 36 of the vulnerabilities are rated critical of 58. 36 of 59 are rated critical, which is Adobe-specific labeling indicating that the flaw, if exploited, would allow malicious native code to execute, potentially without a user even being aware of it. As for the Adobe family of software, 26 bugs were patched, 13 of which were critical, and given an Adobe priority rating of 2, meaning that the affected product is at elevated risk of being attacked. Please, for the sake of all things, please don't let me get out from Yom Kippur on Friday morning, turn on my phone, only to find that someone didn't patch their Adobe system, and now they're in an event. Get this stuff patched. Patched. Within 24 hours, there's going to be people actively exploiting this already if they haven't done so yet. So please, priorities. And our final story before we sign off is the Travis CI flaw that's been exposing secrets from public repositories. Now, the Travis CI security bulletin is insufficient according to many. Travis CI, which is a Berlin-based continuous integration vendor, has patched a serious flaw that was exposing signing keys, API keys, and access credentials, putting thousands of organizations at risk. The company's coming under criticism for not really describing in more detail the security issue, given its potential impact. For those who don't know, how we run our businesses today predominantly is API keys. So if someone has that key, then folks, they've got access to that API. And if that API is running data, guess what they have access to? So anyone can exfiltrate these secrets and gain lateral movements into thousands of orgs, according to Peter Szalagi, who is the team lead for Ethereum cryptocurrency project. Travis CI has patched the flaw, which is being tracked as CVE 2021-41077. It has advised that organizations should change their secrets immediately. So get a new secret. And so the vulnerability, which was discovered by Felix Lang, was reported to Travis CI on September 7th. Travis CI said they began patching the issue on September 3rd, so 4 days before it was really discovered or reported, which would indicate that they had picked up on the problem before they were notified, but the timeline itself is not clear. The continuous integration testing is the process by which developers ensure their software builds will work across different system environments. As of 2018, some 900,000 open source projects were using Travis CI, according to an academic paper on continuous integration. The effects of the vulnerability meant that if a public repository was forked, someone would file a pull request and then get access to the secrets attached to the original public repository. Travis CI documentation says the secrets shouldn't be available to external pull requests. However, they must have introduced a bug and made those secrets available, according to Patrick Doyer, who is the software developer with the Open Web Application Security Project, better known as OWASP. The Travis CI flaw represents a supply chain risk for software developers and any organizations. I want you to think of SolarWinds times 7, 8, times maybe 100, times maybe 1,000. Travis CI has been really silent about this. There's been a security bulletin, but it's been very, very vague, and it hasn't really given people a lot of information. And that is significant, folks. That is a direct threat to your organization, to your software supply chain. Get this fixed, get this looked at, change and update your API keys as soon as humanly possible. It's really, really important. Seriously. All right, folks. That's it for our practitioner brief today. Again, I'm off tomorrow. I'm off Friday. I'll be back again with the practitioner brief on Monday. Yes, folks. Monday. I know. Monday. So long. But I like going offline for Yom Kippur. Get to spend 30 or some odd hours away from all the technology. I don't watch TV. I don't drive. I just spend time with my family and at my synagogue praying. So it's a great, wonderful time. And I urge anyone, you don't have to fast, but by all means, take 24 hours, turn off all your tech, see just how much better your life might get right after that. It's quite the thing, folks. So thank you for tuning in this morning. This show would not be where it is without all of you awesome people being here. I got to tell you, you guys are amazing. I love you guys, every single person on here. I'm grateful for it. And one thing about Yom Kippur for Jews is it's a day of forgiveness, and it's a day for reflection. And it's also a day to ask for forgiveness. So if at any point in period in time over the last year, I've offended any one of you, directly or indirectly, I sincerely apologize for that. And I hope you'll find it in your hearts to forgive me as well. Thank you all so, so very much. Have a great rest of the week. Patch your stuff, folks. Please do so. Patch your stuff. Go check out the other side of cyber tomorrow morning. James McCougan will be filling in for me at 8 a.m. Eastern. 7 a.m. Eastern tomorrow with JJ on Clubhouse. And then Cyber Week Georgia next Tuesday. Don't miss it if you can attend, folks. Thank you all so very much. Have a great rest of the week. I'll sign off and see you all again on Monday. Cheers, folks.
We love feedback, so make sure to connect with us on social media and subscribe to our podcast on your favorite podcast listening platform.